Okay, we're looking at the situation at the end of the German movement phase on June the 8th. We can see that 21st Panzer is trying to hold a front near south of Caen, so it's getting to grips there. The 716th unit there is completely wrecked, but it's sort of it's still in there near Caen, but it's virtually wiped out. You can see that the 12th SS and the Panzer Lehr are now moving into contact with the Allies, which is pretty much what happened historically. That they just got sucked into the line rather than being able to do anything effective. You really got to get them two panzer divisions and try and smash our way through to the beachheads. But at the moment, Germans have got a terrible problem because their supply lines have been unhinged again. Allied units have cut off Bayer from the west and from the east, which means that for movement purposes, all these German units around here were out of supply. Now, a core unit has moved here into this area, which will reopen the supply lines. It should reopen the supply lines to 352nd and possibly to this unit here, which is what, 30th Division, which is a very weak division. So that should sort of patch the front line. They'll also bring this unit back into supply. The 91st division sort of slid over, but these 91st units here are going to have to evacuate the Karatan area and rejoin up because they're going to get picked off if they're not careful. If we look at the situation around Utah, that the Germans have now got quite a tight little cordon around the Utah bridgehead, and they've got an opportunity to make a few probing attacks to try and force the parachute units, the 82nd, away from their positions near Saint-Mère-Église. A few other German units gradually moving north into the theatre. The problem with a lot of these is as you're moving, you get disconnected from your supply sources, which are the south map edge, and you see these white cubes. They're cities that the Germans can draw general supply from. So you get into a situation where you suddenly become out of supply, like this. So 17th SS here, which is sort of strewn all over the map. There's SS units here, but they're out of supply. You've got others that were in supply at the start of the movement, which are going to fall out of supply. Well, maybe not. They might be able to draw from this core unit here. So, from the German point of view, it's a bit like what happened historically. You're trying to build yourself up to make a serious impact near the beachheads, but there's always a crisis somewhere that's just dragging your units away and absorbing them all. So it'll be interesting to see what the Germans managed to do in the combat and the mechanised movement phases. Right, that's it for the situation report.